Hello everyone. Today we are going to answer a question from the AS level examination. The question is, what is the importance of market research to a new product? In order to answer this question, we shall first understand what is market research, then what is a new product, and then what is the significance of market research to a new product. And once we have all of that, we shall analyze and evaluate whether market research alone is enough to make a product successful, and whether there are actually situations in which market research could be harmful to the product. First, let's clarify what is market research. Market research is the systematic collecting, recording, and analyzing of data pertaining to customers, competitors, the market, and the product or service in question. However, if we are carrying out market research for a new product, we are looking to gain some specific information. We're looking to understand the needs of the customer, to identify business opportunities and ideas. We're looking for patterns in consumer behavior to forecast likely demand. And we're looking to identify the main competitors already operating in the market and to get insights into their strategies. Now, before we go on to understand how significant research is for a new product, let's quickly go through the two basic classifications of research: primary or secondary research, and qualitative or quantitative research. Now, primary and secondary research refers to the methodology of data collection, whereas qualitative and quantitative research is a reference to the kind of data collected. Qualitative research is more exploratory. It gives you an understanding of customers' reasons for doing something, their opinions and motivations. Maxwell was the pioneer of qualitative research, and I'm one of his biggest fans. This kind of research is extensive and it is difficult to tabulate, as opposed to quantitative research, which yields numerical data, and this is way easier to tabulate. It is much easier to group together into percentages and statistical models. But once again, it doesn't really account for individual differences. Now let's move on to understand what primary research is all about. Primary research is essentially data that is collected for the purpose at hand. It is collected for the specific needs of the business by either hiring an outside agency or by using an in-house research department. It may be collected through postal surveys, face-to-face questionnaires, observations and test marketing, focus group sessions of the target market, or through in-depth interviews or telephonic interviews. Primary research has certain advantages and limitations. Firstly, companies end up spending a lot of money and time in the collection of primary data, but the results it yields, if accurate, are extremely gratifying due to the richness of detail. Also, primary research allows for dialogue, so you can question your customers about the reasons for their peculiar behaviors and preferences, and this data could be invaluable for decision making. The problem, however, is that not only is primary research time-consuming and expensive, it could be biased because we are dealing with people and people lie and they exaggerate. Or maybe their opinions are not representative of the target population and therefore not statistically significant. Here is a picture that shows a one-on-one interview. It's a great way of getting consumer feedback. Now let's move on to understand what secondary research is all about. Unlike primary research, secondary research is based on data that already exists. So you as a company are drawing inferences from existing data, which could be collected through market intelligence reports, a population census, industry reports, trade magazines and associations, newspaper articles, the company's own sales records, data from competitive firms, and even through online sources. There are also some advantages and limitations of secondary research. Let's see what those are. Mostly, secondary research is a quick fix for a company. because a company can get the data quickly, with less effort, and probably at zero cost. But is this data even relevant to the needs of the company? What if the data is old, historical? What if you don't even know how it was collected? Through what methods? So in that case, what can you possibly say about its reliability and validity? Here's a slide that shows a collection of secondary data. Now, if you are dealing with a new product, the data may or may not be available depending on what kind of new product it is. Is the product new to the country? Meaning, it is available in America but is being launched in Pakistan for the very first time? Is it new to the company? Meaning other companies have already launched a similar product, but you as a company are entering the category for the first time. For example, your company makes chocolate biscuits and salty crisps. But after observing people's tilt towards healthier snacks, you are now entering the healthy food category with oat crunchies, for instance. And finally, what kind of a new product is it? Is it new to the world? Meaning, is this product a completely novel idea? Something so innovative and original that no previous research on it could possibly exist? Then in that case, primary research might be the only way to go. Why do we need market research for a new product? And this is where the application aspect of the question comes in. We need market research to understand customer requirements that will help design the product. We need market research to understand who the main competitors are in the product category. We need market research because it will help with the store layout, the merchandising, and the point of sale display. Market research will help us determine which geographic markets to enter and which to stay away from. It will help create the perfect marketing mix of the 4 Ps. It will help us identify the right communication strategies. For instance, if our product is a trainer, a sports shoe of a kind, we need data on what it should look like, its features, how its retailing should be done, its pricing, its branding, its advertising, its target market, and all possible relevant details. We will need data on how many times a week the potential customer wears trainers. Does he go for walks or does he go for runs? What is his lifestyle like? What are his demographics? What are his hobbies? And where does the shoe fit in with his personal style? And once we have answered all these questions, it is possible that market research would lead to a successful product and increase growth and profitability for the company. And not just an increase in profitability. It would lead to increased morale of employees and all the team members who are involved in the product launch. It will also give insights into competitors' market strategies and outline future plans for product line extensions and variations. Now, supposing you are starting a new restaurant, then in that case, research will help you identify what items to include in your menu, how to price those items, where to open the restaurant, how and where to promote the restaurant, how to plan the decor of the restaurant, how to segment your market. And once you have done all of this, research will help you outline potential sales, potential demand, and potential profitability. Now, if this is an 8-mark question with an analysis required, then you must answer another aspect of this question, and that is, how do new products fail despite so much research? And trust me, they do. So this could happen, a product could fail if, number one, the results are biased, or the sample size is too small and therefore not representative enough of the target population. Or it could be because the competitor is too strong and too well entrenched in the market and does not allow anyone else to enter. A new product could also fail if the managers do not base their decisions on the research data, meaning they totally ignore the research findings and base their strategies on whims and fancies. Also, the manager may not be able to interpret the data accurately. And this is how, And these are all the ways that research could actually go wrong. These are the limitations of research. So if the research is wrong, then naturally the product decision would be flawed and the product would fail. And the downside of this would be low employee morale, possible cutbacks in the firm, maybe a reduction of the research budget, and it may even impact future company decisions. And so the previous slide brings us to a new analysis. Is market research alone sufficient to make a new product successful? And the answer, as you've probably guessed already, is no. Research alone is not sufficient. Companies need so much more. They need sound business plans and strategies. They need well-integrated functions. They require all functional strategies to be aligned with the business goals. They require efficiencies in processes and systems. They require good quality products and service offerings. They require a highly motivated and committed workforce. They need sufficient capital to work and be effective. They require checks and balances, systems of accountability, and they require timely remedial measures at every stage of the business and product life cycle. So the previous evaluation leads us to yet another discussion, and that is, does the cycle of research ever end for a new product? No, it does not. Whether the product is new or old, the process of research must be a continuous, repetitive, and cyclical process. Why, you ask? Because people change. Their preferences, likes, and dislikes change. Markets change, they grow and evolve. And therefore, research will yield new and improved data every time, which will encourage more informed decisions and may lead to the overall success and growth for the company in question. I hope this presentation was helpful. Until next time.